Hey guys, I'm coming to you in the cartoon version of myself to explain a little theory that I've been having, and it'd just be a little bit too much if I were to explain it out into a text. So, without further ado, my theory is, I think the Bryan that we all know and love / tolerate is from a different universe. So we have our regular world that we're all used to, me, you, Kevin, Chris, Damon, Bryan. And then there's the alternate universe. Yes, those are supposed to be worlds, whatever. You tried drawing on a thing digitally. So anyway, I think Bryan at some point got switched up with a person from a different universe. So here's Bryan with his hat. And so somewhere along the way, he discovered an alternate universe of himself, and somehow the two just switched. So they just looked at each other, and all of a sudden they decided to take on each other's lives. So the Bryan that we have now is from an alternate universe. And to further illustrate, Bryan came to me a few weeks ago and asked me if I wanted to watch Spider-Man 2. And I was like, what? You want to watch what? Yeah, he said, I want to watch Spider-Man 2. And I was like, well, which one is it? Is it going to be the original, Toby, Andrew, or Tom? And he responded, Tom, by said text that we see here. And so I was pretty amazed that he wanted to watch this. He's like, yeah, my buddy Shane said it was going to be awesome. He loaned it to me and wanted to watch it. And I was like, what? So this movie, the movie that we all saw in the theaters in Florida, the one that Bryan walked out on, is the one that he wanted to watch. And he actually really liked it, said it was his favorite Spider-Man movie ever. Crazy, right? Here's another theory. That Bryan is from an alternate universe. I was cooking dinner a few weeks ago, and I made like croissant dogs, just hot dogs with little croissants in it. And I said, hey Bryan, I made some croissant dogs for you. Here's some barbecue sauce for me if you want to put them on there. So Bryan looked at the barbecue sauce and he said he did not want the barbecue sauce. He said no to barbecue sauce. Can you believe that? He wanted mustard instead. So he put mustard on his hot dogs instead of barbecue sauce. What? This guy has put barbecue sauce on everything for the past several years. Crazy. Don't believe me just yet? Well, here's another reason or theory that I've got going on. So, a little while ago, a few weeks ago, went into Bryan's room and I just said, hey, good morning, how's it going? And Bryan was laying there playing video games as he normally does, and he was naked. I'm just kidding, he wasn't naked. I'm pretty sure Bryan's never nude. Anyway, I asked what the hole in his blanket was about. I was like, hey Bryan, what's that hole in the blanket about? And all he did was hold his hand up to the window and say, Clegg. Then I was like, what? Then he said, oh, never mind. The sun comes through the window, and that's why it's hot in here. And then I said, blanket! Why is there a hole in the blanket? And then he said, oh, the dog just must have come in here and made a hole in the blanket. And then, just Saturday morning, I woke up and made eggs for everybody. And I asked Bryan if he wanted any eggs. Pretty sure the answer was going to be no. And he said that he wanted eggs. Now, this man has not had eggs, and I can't tell you when. He's always said he hated them. So there you have it. I think Bryan is from a different universe, or the one we have is from a different universe. It's Bryan!